Okay, so sorry about that, guys. I was up in the mountains and my phone broke because of stuff like this happened. And I'm sorry for the delay, and I lost all my videos and had to pretty much start over. So I'm coming to you now with a different video since I am trying to edit all my old videos because I got to get them back and pretty much start over again. I want to bring you guys a very special play that I actually love to death. It's called Passover by Antoinette Nwandu, and this play is so amazing. It opened up in 2017, I believe. At Yes, it opened up in 20 June 2017 at the Steppenwolf Theater, and also in the Lincoln Center Theater in 2018 of July. And what I do actually love about this play is that it is one of the first plays to open up Broadway after COVID, and it was just an amazing experience to actually go watch this. Not on Broadway, but when I actually watched this play, it was one of them plays that I had to be a part of. My mentor took me to go see this play, and I absolutely fell in love with it the first time I seen it. Had to go read it, had to go watch it again, and let's pretty much just get right into it. Passover is a play about waiting for escape, waiting for change, waiting for something that may never come. Written by Antoinette Nwandu, Passover blends the absurdism of waiting for Godot with the brutal reality of being black in America. It's a play about survival, about hope, and about the forces that try to keep hope just out of reach. So, in the beginning of the play, well, pretty much the play is about only two, well, not only, but the main two characters are two black men, and they're on the street, and they're just trying to figure out a way to get up off the block. And the setting is pretty minimal. The staging is pretty minimal. I love that the stage is minimal. I had a opportunity to do this play as well, and I love that I could put some pictures up of the staging, and it's always supposed to be just like a street lamp, a basketball that's deflated, and some old milk carts. And I love that the stage is so minimal because you gotta focus on the actors, and the runtime is always supposed to be straight through, so it's no breaks, we don't get no intermissions. And I love the fact that it keeps the audience inside the play because you have to watch it all the way through. Once you sit in the seat, there's no coming out of it. Okay, moving on into the first couple of acts. The play follows Moses and Kitch, two black men who spend their days under a street lamp, dreaming of the day they'll leave for the promised land. Their conversations are full of humor and camaraderie, but beneath the surface is a sense of dread. They are trapped by their circumstances, by an unaimed fear, by something bigger than themselves. So, the first couple of scenes and the opening is pretty much just them having fun. They wake up, and it's kind of crazy. The opening lines is "Yo, kill me now," and then they play this little game where they go bang bang, and they play this game throughout the whole play, and it keeps coming up, and it's going to be the symbolism is just great in here. It's going to keep you wondering why, and oh lord, there's like a lot of N-bombs in there. They're gonna throw a lot of N-words out there. I had to say like about 200 times. It's clearly over 200 times that it's definitely said in there because it touches on a lot of different ways that it's said, used, how it could be used for hate, love, and It's just crazy how the story progresses from the word to the two black men to as we see, we'll go along and see. There will be spoilers too, so um, if you don't want to watch the video, just click like, share, do all the good stuff you need to do. Thank you. Okay, so moving on, this is where the play gets a little jumpy and a little out there, and that's why it's kind of compared to Waiting for Godot, and I usually call it the black version of Waiting for Godot because how much it throws in there. So moving on, this is where Passover play. This is where Passover plays with expectation. Like Beckett's characters in Waiting for Godot, Moses and Kitch are stuck in an endless cycle. But unlike Brackett's characters, their waiting isn't existential. It's about survival. Every day is a fight to see the next. And that's pretty much just saying how living in America as a black man can be hard and can be a struggle, and the play taking place just on a street corner says a lot, because their aspirations and dreams throughout the whole play is to get up off this block, and they're pretty much throughout the whole play emphasizing off of how much they want to get up off this block, where they're going to go, and how they need to get to that promised land. So this is where play gets a little bit jumpy again. Then, an interruption. A strange, overly polite white man who calls himself Mr. stumbles into their space. He's out of place, overly friendly, and eerily cheerful. But something about him feels wrong. He offers them food, speaks in exaggerated politeness, and treats them like children. It's almost comical until it's not. So, the character of Mr. Comes in and interrupts their fun. They're pretty much just having a good time. They're goofing around. Moses and Kitch are just pretty much being themselves, and they get interrupted by just a random white man coming in, into the hood, basically, and somewhere they're not supposed to be. So it's like a big surprise to them. Like, who are you? What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be around here. He's claiming he's lost and just wants to get to his mother's house and all this other stuff. They have a bigger, deep conversation, and then their conversation goes left because he's covertly racist, and he thinks what he's saying, like when I say he treats them like children and offers them stuff just because he thinks they need something from him and want something from him, so he needs to bribe them or give them some type of, I don't know. It's just kind of weird how this whole he comes into play and comes in right at specific times. Like, these interruptions come in at times that very much so like want to suck you in and then take you right out and take your breath away at the same time. So that's what I loved about doing this play, because of it made the crowds uncomfortable, and that's what our goal was to make people uncomfortable and to see these tensions rise. And later in the play, it's just going to get a whole lot more elevated. So let's keep on going. And then the real danger comes. Officer, a brutal white police officer who exerts his control through intimidation and violence. His presence reminds us that this block isn't just a place of stagnation, it's a trap. So there's another character introduced. Usually what they would do for the play is use the same person. They would use the same person as the officer and Mr. And that's a crazy quick change, but they would usually have him play the same person because they want you to see the two sides of the same coin type of thing. That's what I feel like. That's what she wrote it like, to see the two sides of the same coin. And that it's just a great message about how you can easily trust something and then it can be easily taken away just in that same moment. And throughout this whole play, it's like when something good happens, something bad is right around the corner, just waiting for you to feel like you're at the top, just waiting to bring you right back down or push you right back down, stomp you, whatever the case may be. So the end of Act 1 would be the officer coming in. He would disrupt their fun. He would basically when they first met Mister, he offered them a bunch of food. They got in like a heated argument, and if you read through the play, I'm not trying to give too many details, but they get in a heated argument and they take some of the food with them still. So the officer comes in and messes with them, and obviously I said there was like 200 N-bombs, so the white officers are throwing those N-bombs as well. And what I did love about doing these scenes is because it was so hard. It was I wouldn't say difficult to I wanted the crowd to be more uncomfortable than I was, because I knew what I was getting into with accepting the role of the play. So I definitely wanted to make it feel like you were seeing some police brutality on stage. So I really try to bring that all out on there. And that would pretty much conclude Act 1 technically of the play. And I said it was a runtime that would just be straight through, so it wouldn't be ending. Yeah, it was an emotional last end of the act monologue for Moses, and I loved how we did it, and how we did everything. I love seeing adaptations. I love seeing, like, I've seen this a couple times in a couple different adaptations. I love to see how the end of Act 1 goes, because this is really only like a 2-act play, and they do it so well. I just love how they do it. And so, like I said, Act 1 is over with when the officer comes in and pretty much does his whole racist spiel and does what cops do to usually what they do to black men. And Act 2 opens up, and like I said, it's an endless cycle. So the cycle is pretty much starting all over again. We open back up with the whole game again, and you can tell there's something a little bit off and something that's happened, but the cycle is happening again. Let's just go with that. So, opening Act 3, the play builds towards a devastating conclusion. The play builds towards a devastating conclusion. Can Moses and Kitch actually escape, or is the Promised Land just another illusion, another way to keep them waiting forever? And I love how the play teaches you or shows you how easy it is to feel like everything is within reach, and how quick everything can be taken away, or an obstacle can just come right in the way and fuck everything up. So, and obstacles can be it can be a lot of things. It can be whatever. I love how the play turns everything into a question. It makes you question everything. It makes you question, what can I really do, and how can I really make this happen if all these obstacles are just going to keep building up and keep building up and keep building up. Okay, so to conclude, Passover forces us to ask, what does it mean to be free? Who gets to dream of a better future? And what happens when the world refuses to let you leave the block? At the end of the play, there are three different endings. So I don't want to give you the ending because I kind of want you to read this play. I kind of want you to watch it. Spike Lee has done a version of it on Amazon Prime, I believe. But Spike Lee has done a movie version. It's technically still the stage play, just filmed, basically. And I would recommend watching it if you can find it or can find the play. It is an amazing play to read. I will recommend watching it with the Spike Lee version because he does use the original ending, which is a little bit more sad, I should say. And the version that opened on Broadway, I would say, is a little bit more happy. And so there is like 2 or 3 versions of the ending, and I was lucky enough to do the original ending, which I do love the original ending, because how ambiguous it leaves the crowd, and the way it ended, and to see and to hear the reactions of the crowd on the ending monologue of the play is amazing. So I'm not going to give any more other than that. I want you guys to read this one for sure. This is an amazing play that you should check out. Please check out Passover by Antoinette Nwandu. Please go check out Passover.